Okay, good. Whatever you want. Yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're here again on Monday for a Macchiato Monday, and we're your hosts. My name is Pia Maffei, owner of Artisan's Palette and also creator of IamACleanEater.com. I'm joined by these two lovely gals. I've got Lisa Sturgles on my left and Sharissa Bradley here on my right. And our topic today is ROI, Return on Investment. So most of us have heard this term, I think, and we usually relate it to some sort of business world. We never really see ourselves as the business.
Right. I think we always look at it, I mean, even when we first started talking about this or like thinking of the topic, I think of my house, my college education, kind of all of the things that I've got a return on investment for.
Exactly.
And obviously cars are not a return on investment, and so those kind of things. But in regards to our health.
Right. So when we buy a house, we do that because we feel like, oh, we're going to make an investment, and then within 10 years, 20 years, whatever, we're going to see a return. If we put money into the house, we know, oh, we should probably do the kitchen or the bathroom because that has a bigger return. So I'm here to present to you an idea that we are the investment. Here's our vessel, us, and we're going to invest in us. So there's different ways in which we can do that. So one way that I've chosen to invest in myself is to do clean eating. That is, we're here almost every week describing this concept that it is not about deprivation. It is not about telling you what to eat. It's about informing you and helping you make the better choices about what you eat. So before I put anything, of course, we're having our macchiato that we love.
Yay.
Okay, so this is, once again, this drink is super nourishing. We've got good fat in it. It tastes great. We love it. And so this is a choice that we make that said, okay, we like this. This is something we're going to drink. So that's true for when I'm at the supermarket, aside from my store, buying produce, because I don't really have produce in my store. Aside from getting my box from Harvest to You, which we love those guys, we're like, okay, well, what else do we buy when we're out? So that's skin products, hair products, and I'm not that advanced personally in all of that. I've been 2 years looking for a good hair stuff for my store. So I'm still just trying to really dial in the food and basically consider, if I make better choices of what I put in my body for my nutrition and for my cellular health, then I should hopefully not be on the road to taking all sorts of medications, these gateway style medications for high blood pressure and high cholesterol and indigestion and diabetes. So I want to turn it over to you guys and start to share stories, because when I first was explaining it to you guys, you were like, yeah, that's a good idea, but how do we get this point across? So we want you that are listening to kind of write some questions down.
Let us know.
And let us know. Help us keep us on track. What are you having a problem with? So instead of coming to any store and investing and saying, oh, I don't want it to be over this amount of money, or what, it's like, well, why? Where is that number?
Right, and in my head, I think of return on investment like, if I'm going to spend this kind of money on food, even if it's a small budget, what am I going to get out of it?
Correct.
So if I'm going to go on a Monday and say like, oh, it's donut day, and I'm going to go spend $1.50 on donuts, what kind of in return am I going to get on my investment? Am I going to have the energy and the mental clarity to be able to get through my workday? Absolutely not. But if I spend the money on maybe something like the macchiato, and I had the pack at home with the good fat and the good protein and made that as my breakfast, you're getting the right kind of calories, the right kind of protein, and the right kind of energy. So the return on that investment is much, much greater than the $1.50 you spent on the donut. And maybe it only costs you $1 more to make this really high quality breakfast.
Yeah, you get 100% in return. Yeah,
exactly. And it doesn't stop there. It's this idea, and it boggles me all the time to think that what we care about and the things that we're buying and the things that we're okay spending money on aren't going to give us anything back. So if it's the expensive purses or a nicer car or getting mani-pedis every week, something like that, what is your return on that investment going to be? If it's your self-esteem, if you feel good about yourself, that I understand those things. But really we should be focusing on, if I eat really well and I get the good energy that I need, then I can work better, smarter, not harder, but smarter, because my brain is clearer. I'm going to make more money, and then that cycle's going to continue in a positive way. We're not, Sisyphus pushing the boulder up the hill and not getting anything in return. We're getting out of it what we put into it. And our body's the most important thing, right? Everybody says you have nothing if you don't have your health. Mm-hmm. So what are you doing all day long if you're eating crappy things and expecting to have energy or expecting to feel good? It's just not going to work out. Hey, Connie, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping in.
I want to expand on that too, because that's exactly the point that we're trying to make is last week I had a customer right now that's going through some issues, financial issues. And so we talked, and I noticed that she had some noodles that she paid $1 for, I think, some other flavor pack sort of thing, and water, and she wanted to use our microwave. Well, we don't have a microwave here, but I was willing to, heat it for her in any way I could. It's just I realized you can't. You actually need a microwave for that style of food.
Right.
And so after we started to talk, I started to realize, you could have, for $1 more, you could have had an all organic soup that we make here in the store that is going to make you feel so much better. So I gave her the soup. I just gave her the soup. It's just like, that's exactly what your point is if you are investing maybe 50 cents or $1 more, all industrialized food is here, right?
Absolutely.
And then we have, or let's take in the example of meat, industrial meat, right? Organic, which is slightly better, but you're paying like 4 times more at times for organic, which doesn't mean it's 4 times better than industrial.
Oh no, absolutely not.
And then pasture is here.
Yeah.
Which you're paying maybe a couple dollars more than organic for pasture, but it's this much better than industrial and organic. So what's your return on that? It's 100% return on that.
Especially because when you're eating high quality meats, when you're eating high quality foods, you don't need as much. So I get this question all the time. Should I be portion controlling? Should I be counting calories? And really, again, with your return on investment, what is your time worth when it comes to counting the calories and weighing out your little baggies of chicken and getting the scale out and saying, oh my gosh, I can only have this little tiny handful of broccoli? No, what is your time worth, and what is the return on the investment going to be worth? So you're paying for someone to tell you how to manage your calories, or you're doing an app or whatever, and that takes time during the day.
Yeah.
Where if you're eating the high quality whole foods, none of this in moderation. Go back and check out our moderation video we did a couple weeks ago where we talked about the 80-20 rule and how it's bogus when it comes down to you cannot eat the crappy foods and think like I'm still doing something good for my body. We have to get that return on investment. So what is your time worth? If you really want to be healthy, you've got to eat the healthy foods, and you got to eat until you're full and you're satisfied and you can't feel deprived. Because then your return on investment is going to be, I'm starving, I'm going to get the donut, and nobody's going to stop me because now you're hangry.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
we had a whole class on that.
And a lot of times, the stuff you're eating that's cheaper, it's not real food. So your body doesn't know what to do with it anyway. So then you're still going to be hungry because your body's like, what is that?
Right. So the $3 you spent for those items, there's no return.
Right.
None. It's actually, you've done yourself a disservice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you spent $4 on something that you could get easily all organic, you get 100% return on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and if you're buying the foods, preparing them at home, or find a good place that you know is clean, like here in the store we have, we're in Temecula, California, Artisan's Palette, we always have fresh lunch boxes, and they're $7.95. They're all organic. It's cheaper than you would get going through a drive-through of like a big salad, something like that, and you're getting high quality ingredients. So again, maybe it's $1 more or $2 more, but what is your body and your health worth to you? Is it worth the $2 more to have mental clarity, to not be overweight, to have the energy to run around and play with your family and play with your kids? Like, what is that worth to you? And I think once you figure that part out of how much
different
my
for
health,
everybody.
and ROI or return on investment is tenfold. It's every single time you eat something or go somewhere, you have to ask yourself, am I gonna get anything out of this? And is the donut gonna do anything for me except coat your mouth with that filmy, disgusting taste? Your teeth are gonna be gritty, right? You know what I'm talking about because I have been the donut girl, and I was all about the like sprinkled donuts, the pink ones.
I was a maple gal.
And the donut holes with sprinkles. I mean, I was all about it. And I remember that I would take my kids Saturday morning, we would get our donuts, Mommy'd go home and take a nap. That is not what I want to do with my days off with my family. I want to be out hiking and playing and riding bikes. You're not going to get any of that if you're eating like that. And it's really what's your time worth? What's your health worth? What's your energy worth? What's your life worth?
Yeah, right. So Lisa, that's a good segue into the story that you wanted to tell, and I know you have your own personal story, but also how this relates to you. So why don't you share that now?
Oh, well, I went through cancer, and I have friends that are going through it now, and what I did was I decided that I was going to take control of everything I put in my mouth. So my big deal is in my morning shake. I know there's a lot of shakes out there that the ingredients are all in it for you, but do you really know what's in it is the question I want to ask you.
Good.
Do you really know what's in it? Because my shake in the morning takes me about 10 minutes to put it all in there, but I'm scooping out everything and I know what it is. It's a lot of the products that are in the store here.
Right behind her.
About right behind me. And the bags, when you buy them, they look pricey. But when you put a teaspoon or a tablespoon in, and when you add that up per serving, it's less than you would sit down and have, eggs and bacon or whatever if you went out. So if you just add that up per serving, it comes out to be a lot less, and I know exactly what's in it. And I can tell you, since I've started doing that, I feel so much better. I can't tell you how wonderful knowing what goes in your mouth is once you take control back and just say, I'm not going to eat that unless I know what it is. It's got to be real food. And I have friends that are going through health issues, and I just, take your life back. Don't let food make your body start to go backwards health-wise. Food can make you go forwards or backwards. Don't go backwards.
Yes.
Perfect.
Good
I
advice.
love that.
So that's our episode today for return on investment. We're going to segue into that probably next week or another one and talk about how people are actually saving money eating clean.
Yes.
And so that was so interesting when we had one of our favorite customers in the store the other day. She's like, I'm saving so much money.
We'll have to get her on here for an interview.
And so so that maybe we'll try to get her on here and she could talk to us about that. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Macchiato Monday. And please go to IamACleanEater.com. You'll be able to see different meal plans on that site, and also take our quiz.
Yes.
See if
Take
you're
the
a
quiz.
clean eater.
It's a good place to start.
Check it out. We'll see you next time.
Bye.